Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. Today we're talking about a new anime that just came out called Sentenced to be a Hero. The first episode just released about a few days ago, and let's talk about it. To me, this has one of the cleanest openings I've seen in anime in a minute. The opening is like this girl named Dota. I believe it's a girl. I'm not really too sure if it's a girl or a guy. Named Dota, basically running through the forest, and there's, I believe, is what you call them, fairies. They called them fairies. That's how it sounded in my head. I could be wrong. And basically, this dude Zolo, or Xylo, however you pronounce it, comes to save her life in the coolest way possible. Comes down like he's Yuta from JJK. Fire. It's absolutely fire. To me, this episode showed me very cool action sequences. You had like first person style fighting, which is like in anime. I feel like you don't really get that too much. You know what I mean? I feel like you get some, but not a lot. And off rip, this looks cinematography. It felt like it was a movie in a way. It wasn't an hour long, so it did kind of feel like it had to give that movie quality. But this felt like a movie. It really like it was shot like a movie. Like I could see this like as a live action. Obviously, not really because it's an anime, but and it has the anime like trope things that all animes have. But it is shot like it was a movie. It is like shot like if it was like first person, like when he's going down to fight somebody. It's so cool. It really was. I was honestly surprised. I hadn't heard nothing about this. I just kind of clicked it and added it to my watch list, and yeah, it was freaking awesome. Xylo, fire. He kind of just like exuberates just aura. Like this is like I feel like that's like this is gonna be our new Sung Jin Woo for 2026. He's just gonna have like that badass like I'm him type of vibe. Like he's just gonna be like that cold fighter. Like I'll do anything to get my mission away. You know what I mean? That type of thing. His ability, or not his abilities, but his like knives that he can throw and that explode are really cool. I don't know if that's like an ability, if that's like a thing he has. I'm not really sure what it is. They didn't really explain that too much. But very cool action. Now, the animation, clean and crisp. I think that pretty much this is good all the way through the entire episode. I will say there are some points that I noticed that there are some like 3D kind of style animations going on. I don't know if it's 3D or if it's just like because it's moving, so it's like, you know what I mean, backing up and everything like that. It wasn't bad at all. It just was different. Now the story, to me, the story was cool. It seems like it's gonna be like a normal like revenge story for Xylo, and I'm interested, but I'm not like I'm not like so into the story like that. Like there's nothing there that's like, oh yeah, that I haven't heard before. It has a cool world. It has a cool vibe to it, and the action's fire and the animation's fire. I don't actually know who the studio is. I don't think I've seen anything by this studio. Let me see what the studio is actually. It's like let's see. The studio is Studios Kai. I don't think I've seen anything from Studio Kai, if I'm being honest. But yeah, very cool, very good job on the animation there. My only one negative of this episode, and there's not really a lot of negatives that I have. The biggest one is that I feel like the last battle was a bit disappointing. There was a lot. I feel like the fights before this, like him saving Dota, him saving the first like night like people, was way cooler than the last one where they just got like this freaking vacuum and sucked up all these blights or demons or whatever it was, which was still cool, but it just wasn't as cool as like him going hand-in-hand combat, which is kind of what I like. I like that hand-to-hand combat type of feel. Yeah, that was I think my only really big negative. I think that the episode kind of just goes. It doesn't really stop, which is kind of good. There's really no slow points. I feel like there was a point where you get after the first action bit in like the first, I think, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then after that you get some lore. To me, that was a bit confusing. I don't know if that's because like I just don't know a lot yet. You meet this guy who's like talking like through their neck. I'm sure we'll learn more about it as more episodes come out and things like that. There are a lot of empty like holes here that I definitely need to like learn more and more about. And if the action's going to be like this throughout the entire series, we're looking at a great anime so far. I just hope the story can be somewhat interesting, and I'm interested to see how they do like, you know, the normal 20-minute episodes. I don't know if they're always going to be an hour. I would doubt it because that would be crazy. But if it is, that's even more fire. But I'm really kind of interested to see where they go with like the 20 minutes that every other anime does. Because I feel like at that point it could really slow down the series and kind of make it a bit slow. But what do I know? Overall, this is a cool action fantasy anime that I think is pretty good so far, and I think it could be great. Learning more about our characters, Xylo, Dota, and the goddess. I kind of forget her name. Yeah, and the ending was really cool. Kind of left you on a cliffhanger. Not really, but it kind of left you with like that. Oh, that's why it's called Sentenced to be a Hero. You kind of understand why it's called that at the end of the episode 1. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. You kind of need to. It's a very good, very good, very good show so far. To me, this kind of reminds me of the action of AOT. Has that fantasy style, I think, of Frieren. I haven't seen Frieren, but from the pictures and the stuff that I've seen about Frieren, it kind of feels like it's that kind of fantasy-esque. And cinematography, I think, if you're looking into something, I'm not really going into anime, like thinking like, you know what, that was shot pretty well because it's anime, it's animation. But this looks like it could be a movie. I don't really know any movie quality animes, but I've heard that Made in Abyss has some pretty movie quality episodes. So if you're into those shows, AOT and Made in Abyss and Frieren, I think this show's kind of for you. It has action. It's got a lot of action in it in this first episode. So if that's not what you like, sorry, that's what they came for. But yeah, I thought it was a cool episode. I'm gonna continue watching it. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode in the comments below. And yeah, it's been your boy Tone, and I'm out of here. Have a beautiful day, and yeah, catch you in the next one. Peace.